Candace Owens did a very rare maneuver here known as owning herself. Take a look at this. I love this Twitter account, by the way, Conservative Self Owens. So Candace Owens said, this is on October 18th in 2021, the most marginalized group in America are the unvaccinated, and the oppressions we face are systemic. Right underneath, this is from 2018, if you hold a permanent view of yourself as a victim, you become your own oppressor. Interesting. My conspiracy theory, and this is all speculation on my part, is I think she is vaccinated. I do. In fact, she posted a picture recently of herself at some big indoor event, and the policy at the event she was in was that you had to be vaccinated to get in. So either they just made an exception for her, or she did get vaccinated and she didn't tell people. Because she's got to do her whole, this is conservatism down the line shtick. That's something I don't respect at all, ever. If you are so doctrinaire that you never disagree with the quote unquote narrative of your side, you're just stale and boring and pathetic, and it's inauthentic and it's not real. Who looks at a narrative and never bucks any aspect of it when there's 1,000 moving parts to any given narrative? And that's Candace Owens. That's Candace Owens in a nutshell. I remember her debating Joe Rogan on, she acts like climate change isn't real and that it's absurd to think it is real. It's like, bitch, you're not a climate scientist. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're way out of your depth when you talk about that. But it's every conservative position down the line. She just takes it. But yeah, if you're unvaccinated, listen, I think that my position is actually very kind and tolerant towards everybody. I'm in favor of vaccinate or test. So if you don't want to get vaccinated and you have a true ideological or religious feeling against it, okay, but then you should test. And it only takes a couple minutes and you'll know right away whether or not you have anything, so you're not putting anybody else in danger. I think that's the correct position. I would disagree with people who are in favor of a hard mandate. But let's also be clear here. If you are unvaccinated, and you're acting like, you're super oppressed or whatever, you're really not. You're really not, because you could either get vaccinated or just get tested. Now, are there some corporations that are not even, there's high-risk things where you definitely have to get vaccinated and they don't really make exceptions for it, like working in a nursing home or something like that? But most people don't work in those fields. They work in fields where maybe your corporation said you have to get vaccinated and we don't even do the test exception. If you have a problem with that, take it up with that corporation. You don't take it up with the federal government, because the federal government's position is for businesses over 100 employees as vaccinate or test. So look, I don't know. I'm just pulling a corporation out of my ass here, but let's say you work for Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola says you have to get vaccinated, end of conversation. If you have a problem with that, you have to take it up with management of the corporation. And look, if you have a problem with them controlling your life in that regard, well, in some ways, welcome to leftism, because we don't like the idea that corporations are effectively a tyrannical structure where you just have to listen to your boss and that's the end of the conversation. So, but this is a long way of saying your anger is sort of misplaced here. If your anger is at the federal government, swing and a miss. It's more the individual corporations that have these policies. The idea that it's oppressive if you're not vaccinated. I challenge you to go to an emergency room in the United States of America. See how packed they are. See how long you have to wait if you have an emergency, and then tell me you don't want more people to get vaccinated. Because that just happened to me, and you're going to want people to get vaccinated because you're going to realize these hospitals are stressed, they're overburdened, and that means people who have serious issues, broken bones, can't breathe, cardiac arrest, whatever it may be, blunt force trauma, they have to wait because beds are taken up by people who just didn't get vaccinated when they could have gotten vaccinated, and then 90% of them wouldn't be in the hospital. So conservatives love to play the victim as they pretend like they never want to play the victim. That is strikingly obvious to me. We're against the victim mentality. We're always against that. Oh, can I now misconstrue something so I can play like I'm the victim? I'm going to do that immediately. That's Candace Owens. And she happens to be right in saying that this one is self-imposed. This one is self-imposed. Just get vaccinated, and you'll have 90% protection from severe illness, hospitalization, and death, and you won't have to cry and whine and bitch and moan about whatever sort of meager rules happen to be in your way.